Good afternoon, legends around the world, Southwest Bunbury. Thursday, thought we'd get out, the sun had come out, obviously down the back, getting some steps in, thought we'd crank on out. Won't be as long as usual with the walk and talk episode. Really just wanted to jump on and just touch base on a subject that's sort of been brought to light by a couple of people. A really good question around things and where things are at. And I did a post on our MK page earlier on today, so you can go through and check that out, but just want to touch base on it and get a bit of a talk happening with it, and that's around intermittent fasting. All right, so a good friend, Tony, good client of ours, pushed the question, wanted to know, obviously there's that much information out there about it. What are the pros, what are the cons, who would it benefit, who would not so much benefit from it? Okay, so when it comes to intermittent fasting, it's obviously a position or a scenario where you would go a time where you wouldn't eat, and then you've obviously got a shortened window of when you would eat. So basically the idea was brought around restricting calories originally. I think back in the day when the first implemented it was literally to restrict calories for weight loss for overweight people. It just gives them a shorter window in which they can eat their calories from. Now, this is all well and good, and that really, really works well. But literally at the end of the day, if you're not under consuming or you're not in a calorie deficit and you're still eating an abundance of calories more than what the body would use in that 24-hour window, it's not gonna be beneficial at all. You're still gonna gain weight, okay? You're still consuming more than what the body would burn. So if it's used, it's a really good tool. Once again, it can be utilized, for many benefits around health, mind health, obviously immune, nervous system, all that sort of stuff. It's obviously you're eliminating food for a certain period of time, which then gives the body a break from digesting and breaking down foods to then do other things, repair other functions, whatever like that. The longer you fast, it's been proven about, growth hormone and repairs and hormones, all that sort of stuff. It's very, very limited information on the research that's done around this. A small group of study in relation to that. So once again, it's an endless answer when it comes to, is intermittent fasting good for me or you? So it's very much lifestyle. It's very hard to sustain, especially if social life wise you're restricting. I can't go for breakfast because I can't eat. It might not restrict you, but some people it can do. Okay, so these are just limitations on the cons of what it can do. Also, if you're obviously an athlete, your main goal is to pack on muscle, you train, all that sort of stuff. You're gonna, when you eat and when you don't eat, it's gonna juggle around lifestyle. So you have to fit around it's not optimally to train after 16 hours of sort of fasting or 24 hours of not eating, okay? The body's pretty deprived. Our main muscle source for our body is glycogen, which comes from obviously carbohydrates and sugars, the way the body produces all that, and that's how you get your energy, okay? So another way through to it is when you fast for longer, obviously you're producing, once your body runs out of sort of glycogen stores, it goes into producing ketones, obviously in a bit of a ketogenic keto style, using fat for energy. So that can work in people's favor, as it can obviously get into excess fat that the body might be holding. But once again, if you're not eating in a caloric deficit, it's simple, calories in versus calories out on a level when it comes to that if you're eating more than what you're expending, you're not going to lose weight. So yeah, once again, around training, it's optimally not advised for guys that are wanting to put muscle on. It can maybe be used if you're wanting to cut down, lose weight, is making sure you're hitting your macro goals with your protein and stuff. Yeah, you can maximize how much muscle that you do hold, but like I say, it's not optimal with what it can do. So like I say, there's so many pros and cons to it. There's benefits, there's non-benefits. It's all about, does it fit your lifestyle? Is it going to benefit you? Can you fit it in? Obviously issues around hormones and all that sort of stuff. So if diving in really in deep to it, if you wanted to take it on board, try. Like, you could do most of us fast for 12 hours as it is, overnight with sleep. So we're doing some form of fasting and relieving some digestive stress. Okay, me personally, I like to probably aim once or twice a week to hit a 14 to 16 hour fast, simply because I'm consuming so much food at the moment while I'm in the off season, I'm trying to put as much weight and as much muscle on, that it gives my digestive system a break. Yes, I do have on those days shorter windows to get more calories in, but also I play it so it's nowhere near my training. I have 1 to 2 meals into me before I hit the gym, hit weights. So I've got plenty of fuel, plenty of energy, plenty of protein, plenty of aminos running around the body, ready to sort of repair, recover. But I like the feeling of going and giving my body a break from consuming so much food. And that's only, say, once or twice a week. I schedule it on rest days. So like today, this morning, I didn't have my first meal until 9:30 after having dinner last night. So obviously still have a coffee in the morning as I come into work. That's a bit of a ritual. Always have my morning coffee. And so like I say, head on over to our page, check out the post. It's got a bit of information on there about a bit more pros and cons, but I just wanted to touch base on a really sort of specific one of like, it's whatever suits your lifestyle, okay? If you can fit it in, if it works for you, it works for you. Like anything, it's only gonna work if you stick at it, and that's the best diet for you, all right? The one that you can stay most consistent with is the one that's gonna work best for you. Guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Hope you all have a great week so far. Have a ripper weekend, and we'll touch base next week. Thanks, guys.